Could Coldplay surpass Taylor Swift's Eras Tour record with Sphere's tour extension? Chris Martin teased 138 more shows on the ongoing music of the Sphere's World Tour, implying another $1 billion or so in the pipeline. Coldplay has been around the world and back since launching the music of the Sphere's World Tour in 2022. More than 200 shows deep, it's already the best-selling tour in history and one of just 2 treks to gross more than $1 billion. But while a 10-show run at London's Wembley Stadium looked like it might be the big finale, a tease of more than 100 additional dates will add one more honor. It's now poised to become the highest-grossing tour ever. On stage at the band's 9th of 10 Wembley concerts on September 6th, Martin announced there would be 138 more shows on the music of the Sphere's World Tour, marathoning toward a thematically fitting total of 360 dates. Those additions will easily make it the second tour to gross more than $2 billion, likely sailing past Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour, 2023-24. According to figures reported to Billboard Box Score, the music of the Sphere's World Tour has brought in $1.38 billion in its first 211 shows, current through July 27. Over the last 4 years, Coldplay has averaged $6.6 million per show. Using the simplest math, the upcoming 138 dates would add $904 million, plus more than another $100 million from the current UK leg, resulting in a final gross circling $2.4 billion. The Eras Tour finished under $2.1 billion last December. But that $6.6 million average is across all continents and dates back to 2022. Tour grosses have steadily risen since then, for Coldplay and most major touring artists, due to spiked ticket prices and increased momentum. The tour's first leg paced $4.1 million per night in Latin America, increasing to $4.6 million later that year, and to $5.9 million in Brazil in 2023. North American shows averaged $5.7 million in 2022, $6.7 million in 2023, and most recently, $6.9 million during summer 2025. Shows in Europe and Australia reached $7.8 million per night in 2024, and the 2023-24 leg in Asia peaked at $8.1 million. All that to say that the specific geographic routing of Coldplay's remaining shows will heavily impact where the grosses land, though one can expect additional rise in ticket prices by the time the tour resumes in 2027. When all is said and done, the music of the Sphere's World Tour is likely to exceed $2.5 billion in total ticket revenue. So far, Coldplay's tour has sold 12.3 million tickets, surpassing the Eras Tour's 10.2 million and 8.9 million on Ed Sheeran's The Divide Tour, 2017-19. By the end of the 360-show trek, the music of the Sphere's World Tour could become the first to surpass 20 million tickets. Prior to this trek's launch, the British quartet had grossed a reported $902 million and sold 10.8 million tickets. Once all shows have played, the music of the Sphere's World Tour will account for roughly 2/3 of Coldplay's touring totals. Coldplay's goal of 360 shows on one tour is ambitious. It dwarfs the Eras Tour's 149 and even more so Beyoncé's record-breaking Cowboy Carter Tour, which lasted just 32 shows. Among fellow bestsellers in box score history, it had surpassed Elton John's Farewell Yellow Brick Road Tour, 329, the Garth Brooks World Tour, 318, and Sheeran's The Divide Tour, 258. Coldplay is perhaps one of the few acts who can sustain such an expansive tour. The international spread on the music of the Sphere's tour has been far and wide, from 10 sold-out shows in Buenos Aires to 6 in Singapore and 99 across Europe. Earlier this year, the band's first shows in India broke records for the most attended stadium shows of the century with 111,000 fans each night.